Greetings viewers, this is Monty Maverick coming at you with the final video for this real grade 144 Sinanju. Thank you for joining me in this journey of mine. It was a great one. So let's get started on this review by putting this bad boy together. Here it is, the full figure, fully assembled, real grade Sinanju. And I will add that it was a hassle to actually have this stand upright. But I am still amazed just the way how the figure looks. I do apologize for the sound coming from my turntable. I'm kind of surprised it's that loud. But I do want to add that this is very beautiful. I really do like the way how all the colors just match up so well, from the red, the polish gold, the black, even the gray parts as well, even the minor silver parts used for some of the inner frame really does make it stand out beautifully. Now some pros about this kit. Definitely top pros I mentioned is the gold plating use for the chest pieces, the knees, even the forearms. I just love the fact that this kit comes with those chrome style gold pieces, whereas the master grade of this mobile suit does not. The master grade, the versions does not come with the gold. It just comes with stickers that you just place on the same areas as the real grade. So really love the way how they decided to use the gold pieces for that one. That's definitely a plus for me. The red definitely is another plus. The red, as mentioned before, is a Ferrari red. I think at first I didn't mention it was a crimson. I was mistaken. This is definitely Ferrari red. It looks so good. It stands out that much. And full frontal, the pilot of this mobile suit definitely is proud of that. And as you can see, as soon as the turntable rotates, there we go, you see that little small figurine of full frontal. Some other gunpla builders can easily paint that figurine, even though it's that small. Good for them. I've tried that a few times and I just fail. So unfortunately, I'm not going to paint that figurine. I do apologize, but my skills aren't to that point just yet. Definitely another pro that I would say is that there are a lot of moving parts on this kit, which kind of contradicts itself, just because it is a lot of movable pieces, which is great. It's very articulated. However, it's just it's just that sometimes some pieces can be too freely based, but definitely with all the moving pieces, the imagination is at its best. You can definitely pose this as much as you want, so that's definitely a high pro in my opinion. And those were the pros and the cons, and I will admit there's actually quite a few. For starters, as mentioned during the pros, that there are a lot of movable pieces, which is great for articulation. However, that is also its worst enemy. I will say that it took me quite some time just to get inside this current pose. Pieces did come off. The shoulder pads, which is another con, just would not stay still. They always come off quite easily. I wish there was a much better way to keep them there. Maybe I can maybe just put some super glue on it, not to stick it onto the shoulder, but more so just let it dry out. That way it can properly stay there without being so loose. The knee joints are pretty good. However, the knee pieces are also nothing that will just come loose as well. Just come right off. Actually, both pieces actually fell off, probably just a few times again for this same pose. So that's another con, and this kit is very back heavy. That pat back, as great as it looks, it's very top heavy. So naturally, if you're trying to keep it in a just a stand up pose, it will just fall backward. So not too much of a fan on that. But with all that being said, I will admit that the question is, does the pros outweigh the cons? Does the ends justify the means? That's really up to you. I mean, to me personally, I would say this kit alone is obviously still good even with those cons. But it's really up to you in case this is something that you've been wanting to get. So right before I give my final verdict for this kit, I just want to show everyone just the proper articulation for this kit as assembled. So just for the arms, it can rotate all the way like so. It can go all the way, well, somewhat just a little bit stiff, but there we go. It can actually come out like so. Nice little elbow joint, and there is that hidden piece for the fence parts you can use. All right, there we go. There we go, just like so. And these hands are an extra set of hands that comes with the kit. They all have movable, well, not all the fingers are individually movable, only the thumb and the index finger, whereas the middle ring and pinky are all on one separate ball joint. Let me see if I can get a close up. There we go. However, they all can actually fold halfway, like so. So very nice. I'm really glad that they came with that. Shoulder pieces go up and down. You have this piece that also shows like a inner framework as well for the shoulder. This piece just goes slightly down as well. And there's a top piece for the shoulder. Let me see if I can get my finger. There we go. Just slightly movable. The head, it can only go side to side, but it has a really good nice little ball joint. And if you move it up, then well, unfortunately you have you made this locate almost decapitated the head like so. If you move it too much, so side to side, a little bit up, a little bit down. Very nice. For the waist skirt, the side piece, the front, and the back just have limited range just because of these connecting pieces right here. But you can still move the leg all the way up. I would say almost a 90-degree lift, just because the waistcoat is in the way. But there's a little bend at the knee. Let me see if I can go all the way. I think just due to, there we go. So nice little bend there, even with the waist skirt that is in the way. Yeah, there's a side piece. Let me just push that down. There we go. The side that also shows the inner frame of the leg jet boosters right there. The feet at the ankle, just a tiny bit on the toe, just a tiny bit. The ankle joint can move just side to side, just barely. This can actually come out just a little bit so you have more range of motion. See, that's what I mean. The knee pieces just keeps on coming off. For the backpack, the jet boosters that can open all the way up like so. You can go side to side, lift it up, lift it down, like so for nice action poses. And the waist can just swivel just slightly. And you have these thrusters on the back on the ball joints that can move quite freely. And I believe that's it for all the articulation. Now lastly, for my final verdict, is this a kit worth spending money on to have in your collection? I would say, all in all, yes, for a few reasons. One, this is the Sinanju, definitely a iconic mobile suit from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. It definitely is iconic, especially the fact that the antagonist for Frontal is basically a clone of Char from the original Mobile Suit Gundam that was first first made, I'll say, in the 80s. But it did not transfer to the West after some time, way after, I would say, maybe 2000s or maybe 2010s even. I'm not 100% sure on that. I do apologize. But just the fact that this is very iconic, similar to that of the Sazabi, it just showcased that similarity to both Full Frontal and Char. Similar people, similar ideology, along with similar mobile suits, Sazabi, and of course the Sinanju. So for just for that alone, I would say this is definitely worth a buy to add to your collection. I will warn you though that if you want to pose it, I suggest you pick a pose and keep it that way, unless of course you're okay with pieces falling left and right. I will warn you about that. I also suggest if you want to store this, again, I would say keep it in a proper box or even a bag, just so to make sure, because pieces will fly off. Pieces will fall off. I just know that because when I was posing this, the shoulder pieces along with the knee pieces fell off again. So just be watchful of that. So yes, my final thoughts. I'll say add this to collection. Definitely worth a buy in my personal opinion. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching all these videos. It was really fun for me, especially this my first Gunpla that I am reviewing. So I believe that I did a pretty good job for the first one. I will admit that. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. So if you haven't done so, hit that like button. Please comment. If you want to add something, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer you. Share the video, share it with people who you believe that are also hobbyists in the Gunpla fan base. Hit that notification bell, subscribe. Tune in for more videos. I have more videos along the way. So with that, I'll catch you all next time.